Hello everybody, welcome back to the Nibiru channel. It is March 1st, 2017. One of my subscribers sent in a very important article this morning pertaining to, once again, the loss of sea ice in the Antarctic. And now, according to these scientists, it is disappearing at a rapid pace, an alarming pace. And this is probably one of the main reasons why we are seeing so much scientific activity in the South Pole. So we're going to go ahead and get into this article, and we're going to take a look at this. And this just came out at 11:30 this morning, March 1st. Antarctic sea ice drops by 10%, wiping out highs set in 2014. And basically, after reading this article, there was a pretty big increase in sea ice going into the year of 2014. And now all of a sudden, because of this very, very severe climate change, as they're calling it, 10% of this sea ice is literally disappearing. And when we talk about 10%, you think to yourself, well, 10% is really not that much. But we're talking about 2 million square kilometers that's just disappearing. So what is happening? What is causing all of this? And I've been trying to keep close attention to any information coming out of the Antarctic. But once again, there's very little information coming out. So when this information does pop up, we do have to pay very close attention to it. Now, within this article, they start going back and talking about satellite records from 1979 leading up into 2014 and then going into 2017. And basically, a lot of mumbo jumbo. Well, let's get to the real facts, scientists. What's happening? Why is it happening? So the article goes on, and there's some charts and graphs that they want to show you. And, for us lay people that, we're not scientists and climatologists, and their charts and graphs, well, they really don't mean a lot to us. But how about somebody just coming out and saying, listen, something's happening to the planet. We don't know what it is. But in fact, ladies and gentlemen, they know what it is. I want to show you something here. This is one of the latest images, and this is a geostationary satellite image. I want you to just take a look at what the Earth is doing. This is almost showing you this very crazy wobble that's happening. And this is probably, most definitely, the reasons for all of this crazy weather all the way around the world. Now, I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So far this morning, from 4 a.m. beginning, we've had the equivalent to midsummer storms, severe lightning, thunder that sounded like you were in a war zone, heavy downpours of rain that were so loud I couldn't hear myself think. And it's still happening. Now, the 1st of March, we are still relatively very cold in temperature. We usually have some snowstorms that roll in. But this winter has been like springtime. Weather patterns around the world are going crazy. And what are we to think? They want us to think that, hey, this is all normal. Just go back to sleep. Well, listen, we're not going back to sleep. More and more people are waking up, and they are seeing what is happening. And again, going back to many months ago, in a lot of my videos, I tried to detail what was going to happen, piece by piece, putting the puzzle together. And I warned of the earthquakes. I warned of the increased volcanic activity that would come. I also warned about the possibilities, the high possibilities, that we would see a very large increase in meteor activity. All of this is here. It's already here. It's not going to get any better. It's actually going to get worse. So when I talk to all of you about preparation, believing, keeping yourself updated with all of this information, it is a must. You must do it. You cannot be caught off guard under any circumstance, no matter where you live on this planet. And after viewing this geostationary satellite image, it was quite jaw-dropping to actually see the Earth in this crazy wobble. Some sections of the world are in a deep freeze, while other sections of the world are experiencing beautiful springtime temperatures in the winter. Just the other day, here in the city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the temperature was 82 degrees. I repeat, 82 degrees. And then within a heartbeat, 24 hours later, the temperature dropped below 29 degrees. And then it went right back up. And then right back down. And now, again, we're having the equivalent to summertime rainstorms. And I know a lot of you are experiencing this crazy weather. You don't know what to make of it. But if something is pulling on our Earth, if something is disturbing our rotation, something pulling on the South Pole and the North Pole, would that cause our Earth to have this erratic wobble? More than what scientists are aware of. Because if you notice, when you watch your weather, your local weatherman on TV, your local station, they seem confused. They don't even know what to make of all of this. But I know what is happening. And I talked about this 6 months ago, and I probably sounded like a nut. But I'm not sounding like a nutcase anymore. Because as I've laid all of this out piece by piece, It's all happening. Little by little, it is happening each and every day. It is time to wake the hell up. Put down the cell phone. Shut Facebook off. No more tweets. Get down to some research. Let's find out what's happening. I know the subscribers to this channel, they do their research. I get the emails. You guys are smart people. But remember, there are people out there that want to keep you down. They do not want you learning anything. They want you to stay away from people like myself and Chris Potter, Steve Olson, and Wayne Steiger, BP Earthwatch, Mike from Around the World, the Higher Truth Channel, Jeff P. They don't want you listening to us. They know that we are on top of the situation, and we're not going anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We are not going anywhere. We're going to keep bringing you this information each and every minute of the day. I want to show you something real quick. We're going to take a quick look at the Earth, and I want to show you how our planet is heating up. Once again, we're looking at these completely, absolutely nutty jet streams. I mean, just look how wide this jet stream is. It almost encompasses the whole entire Earth, when in fact, it should be right here, right up in here. But no, it's almost pushing down all the way into Mexico, when in fact, it should be all the way near the border of the United States and our friends in Canada. Let's take a look at the bottom, the Antarctic. Now, that seems to be more of a normal pattern. But we're going to look at temperatures across the globe. Just give me a minute and I'll have this right up for you. And these temperatures around the globe is what's very, very startling. Now this is just another shot of the jet stream. I just want to show you this real quick. Coming up directly through the United States. This is all warm air. It's all warm air. And today, I mean, the temperature now is almost 59 degrees. We're going to take a look at these surface air temperatures. Now, naturally, the red and the orange and the yellows, these are higher temperatures. But let's take a look at the North Pole. Now, again, this is normally pretty well circular on the top of the Earth, but it looks like one big rectangular pattern, wobbling back and forth. Who's taking the brunt of all of this? Everyone living over here. Eastern Europe, Asia, definitely Russia. And you could just see, I'll pan out a little bit so you could see a better definition of what is happening. The Earth is heating up. It's not getting colder. And if you look at all of the green areas all around the Antarctic, These are very, very warm temperatures. Yes, I do understand it is their summertime, but their temperatures are quite brisk. They're warm. And you could see our temperatures here in the United States. You could see how this cold pattern is dipping down. But that's about it. Our neighbors to the north in Canada, they've pretty much been shrouded in pretty cold weather, except on the eastern coast of Canada. They're not doing too bad. But going back to the United States, everyone living on the west coast of the United States, I don't even know what to say anymore. Their weather patterns are so crazy, so erratic. Where did this all come from? Was there any warning? No. Your local weatherman, he didn't know anything about this. The big government did. They know all about this. And ladies and gentlemen, we have not even touched the tip of the iceberg. And sorry about that little pun, but things are going to get worse. They're not going to get any better. That much is a fact. My advice, stay tuned. Keep yourself updated. Prepare. And remember, I used to say, and I still do, knowledge is power. Don't let anyone take that away from you. We're going to be heading into some very, very trying times in the weeks and the months to come. Banding together, sticking together is going to be a key factor. Do not let anyone dumb you down or take away the information that you need and will need for survival. It's a fact. We're not going through some climate change. The climate is changing, but it's not the climate change that these scientists want you to think. Our Earth is being tugged and pulled on by another planetary body, the brown dwarf, other planets. They're there. They are there. There's no doubt about it. I think over the next several weeks, maybe a few months, we may possibly start to see more and more disclosure from these governments. I guess we'll have to wait and see. So until then, if you're not subscribed to the Nibiru channel, at the end of this video, get over there, click the subscribe button, set up your notifications, and don't miss a video. And make sure that you share your information with everyone. That's a key factor. Sharing the information. Start talking about the situation. Start warning people. You could do it in a subtle way. But we're getting close. Very close. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you stay tuned. Stay tuned, stay updated. Seek the information that you deserve. This is Scott from the Nibiru channel. Thank you for watching.